Welcome to Sumner School Business Immigration Basics. My name is Emily Sumner with Sumner Immigration Law, and this is our second video in our series on the H-1B visa classification. Today we're talking about the H-1B visa lottery. There is an annual numerical limit on the number of new H-1B visas available every year. That's 65,000 plus an additional 20,000 for U.S. master's degree holders or higher. Typically, there are so many people each year who are interested in a new H-1B visa that USCIS conducts a lottery of individuals that have registered or companies that have registered for the H-1B visa. This lottery is conducted in March of every year. In order to enter this H-1B lottery, the employer who's going to sponsor the foreign national for an H-1B has to create what's called an H-1B lottery registration, typically with the help of an immigration attorney. That involves some information about the employer, some information about the employee, and that's submitted electronically to USCIS. USCIS then conducts a random lottery, typically at the end of March. That registration period is usually open from the beginning of March for about 3 weeks. And then the lottery is completed towards the end of March. It's important to note that the employer is the one who actually has to create and submit this registration with the help of an immigration attorney rather than the individual foreign national. That means that a foreign national has to have an employer willing to sponsor them for the H-1B to be entered into the lottery, and the employer there has to be a job offer available. The employer cannot create multiple registrations for the same person. That's strictly prohibited by regulation. They do have to create or submit a registration for each individual employee that they want to enter into the H-1B lottery. On the flip side, an individual foreign national can submit registrations through multiple employers. The lottery results, like I said, will come out at the end of March. We're typically notified by email. We can also check the status online. If a registration is selected in the H-1B lottery, the employer, again, with the assistance of the immigration attorney, has to submit the H-1B petition between April 1st and June 30th of that year. The H-1B status cannot become effective by regulation until October 1st of that year, but you have to submit the H-1B petition between April 1st and June 30th. If a case is not selected in the H-1B lottery, then it's typically a good idea to regroup with your immigration attorney and discuss some alternative possibilities for that particular foreign national who was not selected in the H-1B lottery. We are currently accepting new cases for the H-1B lottery, as well as other types of employment-based and family-based immigration cases. If you need help, please send us a message. You can comment here or ideally send us an email at info@sumnerimmigration.com, and we're happy to help. Otherwise, our next video will be on the H-1B cap-gap option, and that will be available in 2 weeks. Until next time, I'm Emily Sumner with Sumner Immigration Law.